All right, everybody. Happy Monday. It was a freaking amazing start to the week. One of the better Mondays in quite a while, honestly. Probably the choppiest and slowest day of the week, at least in my experience the last few months, but today was an exception because today was a really good day. We had some pretty good trades today on SKYQ, and I'm freaking stoked. Today was a really good day. We're going to run through how I traded everything that I did today on stream today. Overall, really freaking good session. I'm super happy. The Oilers were still pretty hot today. We had SKYQ with some good action this morning. This range back here was just insane to play. Whenever we have these nice defined ranges like this, it really makes for some really good opportunity. And I want to actually start with that here for a little recap. Breaking down the trades from the morning. Look on back here. And I actually sort of read on this. I came in, let's start in line here. Let's start with the first one from this morning that I saw. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to it. We'll go in order of the trades from this morning. Now, this one here today also really nice. I enjoyed the setup, but I did take a loss on it initially. I came back and ended up making some money on this. But this thing was one of the leading gappers this morning. Now it's up 540% looking back at it now, but I think at the time it was maybe up 200% or something close to it, 300%. I don't really recall. But it was up a tremendous amount regardless. It was up. It was one of the leading gappers from this morning. And so I was watching it here going into the open, looking for those pullbacks off the 12 EMA, looking for some little curl up into the open. And so I'm trying to take the pullbacks on this thing. And I grab it over here for the pullback entry, looking for this curl off the 12 EMA for the move back up into the open. And you can see I had the right idea. I had the right idea. I took the opening flush. Really, I probably should have used this area of demand here formed going into the bell to sort of risk off of. And that would have been a beautiful play. Again, risking off this area of demand from earlier back into the pre-market sesh. Took it off the flush, looking for that move back higher. Kept it a little bit too tight. I had big share size. I was a little bit too tight. So I came back on the confirmation. Still had a nice play on it nonetheless. But the big thing with this here is, again, tight. Had it just a little bit too tight. Trying to look for it to hold off this level from pre-market back there off of 530. And really disregarded the levels back here off of 5. Really, that 5 level was the key spot here. So if I would have taken a little bit smaller share size, could have definitely capitalized here for sure. But again, was trying to get aggressive for that quick reversal back up out of the open and just didn't work out on that entry there. But came back after we actually found direction here. We did take the re-entry, you can see here. Broke trend to the upside, waited for that candle to confirm and close. After it closed, took the first pullback here off the 12 moving average, off that previous low, and got some nice profit taken up into the highs there on that break of $6. So that was really nice there. That's really all I did on SRM today, though. Really nothing else was too opportune on this one here until later in the morning, as you can see. KYQ, actually OKALO was actually next up on the list here. We actually did really well on this one today, too. Despite share price, I love trading OKLO, and I did a really good job trading it today. I had a lot of little base hit plays on it. We had this massive move up out of the bell today. I missed it back here on the break of 68. Although I didn't love it too much because we had overhead supply stacked overhead, I believe, up into, was it 70? To show you here what I'm talking about so you can put a face to the name. Take a look here. We had overhead supply sitting right here. So looking back, I wanted to first clear above the 70s because otherwise we're sort of buying up into overhead supply. So I was sort of looking for the break above and the pullbacks above for the move back higher. And was able to really capitalize today on this thing. You see, we had this massive break to the highs. So after we get that big move to the highs, we're looking for a nice 1 minute pullback. Now, didn't really get any pullbacks until this thing was up towards $72, which was fine because I wanted to find it over $70 nonetheless. So at this point, I'm sitting here looking for pullbacks off of VWAP, right? Looking to play off of VWAP here for that move back up into its new highs. Never got to move up into the new highs, but this just goes to show you, if you stay picky, manage your risk, and just look for these real low risk, high probability entries, you can still make profitable decisions, even on stocks like this that are just sort of stuck in a little tight range like this. So this is a great example here in OKLO where we're just looking for pullbacks, buying weakness, selling into strength. You can see here, bought off these pullbacks here off the confirmation, sold up into the strength after we rejected off the high, took the full exit there after we found weakness on this breakout. Now, per my system, if a candle breaks a previous candle's high, as it did right here, this candle tried to break and form a new higher high here and then instantly rejected. That's my instant sign for an exit to keep that trade green. That's how I stop myself from taking unnecessary losses. It's how I keep my trades green. You got to do it. Again, more pullbacks. We saw buyers start to come in here. See the big wicks off the bottom, signaling buyers and weak sellers here off the pullbacks over the 12 EMA and VWAP. So took the entry again. Played it here from the pullbacks off of 71.50 back up into 72.30. So about a 50-60 cent move again off the simple pullback. After we found sellers here off of this high, again, took the exit and took profit. Now, price pulled back And I was sort of looking to play this off of the bottom of its channel. You can see here, it took it off the pullback here. I was looking for the move back up into the top of its range for another $1.50 move or so, and didn't get that. This thing knifed down, and I went ahead and cut the play there for a pretty small loss. Only had a smaller share size on this last entry here to protect my profits from the first 3 trades, but overall, kept it green here. This one was pretty nice today, but no real big moves. Just a lot of really small base hits. Now, the big winner for today was over on SKYQ, and was really happy with this one today because it was super liquid, super easy to read. Now, the thing with this was, though, I had to make a little comeback on this because I actually started red on it. Now, this thing halted here out of the open about 9:40 today, 10 minutes after the bell. Had a really strong resumption and starts to base over VWAP. So I'm looking for pullbacks off of VWAP here for this move back higher to the new highs. And guess what? Got knifed underneath VWAP, took a loss on this, and was starting red on this. So at that point, it's crap. So this thing was also super thin. This thing was popping and dropping probably 30, 40 cents a share in a single candle, if not more. It was nuts. This thing was going insane. You can see here, I was in here at 160, and this thing knifed to 140 in a couple of seconds. It was nuts. It was actually crazy. So played it again after buyers and volume actually came back in on this thing. We can see buyers came back in on the reclaim of VWAP. Once buyers reclaimed the VWAP, I took the reentry. You can see here at $1.60, wrote it up into $1.83. So at that point, I was back to green on this thing today. So again, did really well on this. Took some little base hit plays off of VWAP for the curls back higher. Didn't get the curl higher, but respected my plan, managed my risk, and kept it green here. Came back and played it again later in the morning too for some pretty nice trades again. Again, just on the simple VWAP reclaim. Now, we have the highs here identified where we have this area of resistance now overhead. And of course, we also have this area of demand formed here as well. We know based on past price action, buyers liked it here. Right? Buyers liked it here. There was some serious buy side interest there. There was some serious sell side interest here. So we have demand and supply. So again, we know that we're going to have supply up through here. We're going to have demand down through here. So we can sort of use this past price action to help us predict future price action just based on what we saw in the past. Now, doing so, I was able to take some, again, pullback entries off of VWAP. Same exact plan as before. Again, playing the reclaim. Playing off the 5 and 12 EMA. You can see here this beautiful entry. Played it here from $1.67 to $1.77. Played it again from $1.60 all the way to $1.81. It was just playing based on past price action, identifying these areas of buyers and sellers, and using that to our advantage based on what we saw happen before. Now, we also had, I think, some little break-even trades on TMDE. Nothing really happened here. I'll go back and show you. Played these off of its opening print. You can see here the opening pricing right back here around $2. Was trying to catch this for the move higher, but again, took a small win on this. Did not get the move higher. And then also had O&M for a break-even trade. We had this earlier and again stuck to the system. We saw this sort of, I'll switch time frame so you can actually see a bit better. We saw this reclaim VWAP. And so I'm taking a pullback here for the break higher, back up into its pre-market highs. And you can see here, looking at the 1-minute time frame, we, again, per my system, look at this here. Candle tries to break to a new high, instantly rejects. That's my sign for an instant exit. Pretty much break even here on this today. And then again, we kept on just finding these topping tails off the highs. Just a really nasty look. And so this is my only real unprofitable stock today that we just couldn't really get going. But really the biggest one today was that SKYQ. It was gorgeous. This thing was amazing. You know, OKLO was great price action wise, really easy to get those base hit trades on. But SKYQ, these dips off of VWAP today were extremely opportune. Ended up having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins on this today, just playing the dips off of VWAP, as you can see here. Ended up being extremely fruitful. So super happy with this. Overall, the day was amazing. The team freaking crushed it. And we love to see it. We love to start the new week on a beautiful green note. Typically, Mondays are a little bit choppy, tricky, and a little bit slow, to be honest. And today, while it was a little bit slow after 10 a.m., it was still a fantastic day. So, again, great job this morning. Hopefully, we get to see you guys over in the 7-day free trial tomorrow for an awesome rest of the trading week. It was a great way to get stuff going today, get stuff rolling in the right direction, get some good cushion to play with going into the rest of the trading week as well. And hopefully we can sort of use that to our advantage to get more aggressive going into the rest of the week as long as this action out there continues. So that's how I did it today. Let me know in the comments below how you did today. If you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments as well. And again, hopefully see you in that 7-day free trial where you'll get access to our trading streams, alerts, education, watch list, chat room access, and so much more. And I will see you there tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe for videos like this every single day, and I'll see y'all there.